What is going on, TubeU? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. So last video was my little 5 things I dislike about the Magnum, but obviously there is a lot to love about the car. Regardless of what a lot of you may think I hear about these old Mopars and things like that, and regardless of what the years of sales and how many they sold says about these cars, there is still a lot to love about these cars, and we're going to get right into a couple of things that I actually do enjoy about driving this old school mobile, old school big body around. So first up, obviously, as you can tell, practicality. Let's go ahead and take a look. So don't mind my sunshade, it doesn't even fit. All that space back yonder. You can take this guy out right here. You can take it out so you can have even more space so you don't have this blocking the top, or you can stretch this out over and cover up all your goods, or you can just lay the seats down and just have a straight on pass through all the way from the back to the front, just like that there. Of course, without this up there. So you have all the space, all of this space will be open. So you can fit at least 4 wheels and 4 tires in here easily. So practicality is definitely gonna be number 1 on this list. As you can see, there's tons of it. So with the Charger, obviously you have that, and the 300 the same way, you have that sloping roof line, which has a lot of freaking, you know, it cuts into your headspace. See, I have all this headroom and stuff up here. I'm only 5'11", but you can see I have to actually try to hit my head up here. Like there's no way you should be hitting your head back here as a 5'11", 6'1" adult. Now 6'5", 6'6", and stuff like that, you probably should be at the front so you can adjust your seat, because you're probably gonna have to have it on its lowest setting. But unlike the Chargers and the 300s and the Challengers, especially the Challenger, this back seat is very usable. No slooping roof line like the Chargers have to cut into your headspace and stuff like that, so adults could easily fit in all 4 corners. And like I said, of their luggage will fit back there just fine. And if you don't have adults and you just want to carry a lot of nonsense, like I said, you just pull the freaking seats down and you have this whole area. I'm not sure the exact cubic feet, probably some actual review on these things that measures cubic feet and stuff like that for space, but it's a lot. You can see someone's been putting good use to it with stuff way up there. I don't even know how you, what did you have to reach way up there? But regardless, it's a lot of freaking space. So practicality over the Charger, Challenger, and the 300 is definitely the best of the bunch. So shame that these cars got discontinued, but this is the one thing that they definitely had in spades over the rest of the other cars. Moving on to the next thing. So next up is simply going to be the power. Yes, it is just the old pre-Eagle head 5.7 or 345 or whatever you guys want to call it, but it's the 5.7 pre-Eagle head, like I said. So this is 340 horsepower compared to the 368, 370, and I believe like 390 or something of the later models in the other cars, Charger, Challenger, and the 300 and all that jazz. So only 340 horsepower, but it is still more than enough to get out here, you know, for a daily driver. Like, that's all you need is to get in and out of traffic very quickly, and it's more than enough to do that just fine. With the Malibu, I was literally getting picked on by freaking soccer mom mobiles, everything you can name under the sun, and be like a little Corolla like that over there, just dogging all on my little Malibu, man. Like, there's nothing I could do about with that car, because it just didn't have the power. But with the Magnum, it definitely has the power. It's not gonna, you know, win you any freaking street car takeover races or anything like that, but like I said, for a daily driver, that is all you need, man. I don't need to be out here freaking 500, 600, 800, 9,000 horsepower for every freaking car. For a daily driver, this is more than enough to get out there and have some fun. As a matter of fact, she actually gave 2 Subaru WRXs to Applebee's the other day. I told a couple of buddies at work and they couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it my damn self. But these guys, and this is why I need a dash cam in this thing as well. Like I said, not the fastest out there, but faster than some damn WRXs, that's for sure. So that's going to be the thing number 2 on my list, is simply going to be the power, man. Like, not enough, or not a world beater by any means, but definitely enough to get out here, have a little bit of fun, and get you in and out of traffic with ease. Moving on to thing number 3. So thing number 3 is simply going to be parts availability and tuning. So with this platform, obviously it's shared with the Charger, Challenger, and the 300. So a lot of parts you're gonna be able to take right off of these things and put them right onto this thing. Maybe not the wide body specifically, because there's a lot of like wheels and stuff like that. I believe they might poke out. Actually, this thing, they might actually fit. As you can see, this has like sort of a wheel flare back here, a fender flare, I should say. Yeah, look how deep that is in. So I feel like maybe a wide body wheel might actually fit. I'm gonna have to try that later on. I'm gonna try it out to see what it looks like. But I have the wide body wheel sitting back there, so I might have to throw it on the back just to see what it will look like. But yeah, a lot of the Charger Challenger and the 300 wheels, parts, tuning, aftermarket exhaust, you name it, intakes, whatever, headers, it doesn't matter. A lot of that stuff goes right into here. It's all the same exact stuff, man. I went up here looking for Magnum exhaust, and I just kept coming up with 300s and stuff. I'm thinking they all had like different wheelbase. No, it's the exact same wheelbase. It's literally just an extended freaking roof line, or taller roof line, and no trunk, but a boot space, I should say. And so other than that, it's all the same exact freaking car, man. Like if you get into the interior, it looks just like my 2010 Charger did. So interior is no different there. The radio is slightly different because I had the newer style radio, but other than that, it's the exact same stuff, man. Whether you're looking for interior stuff, exterior stuff, aftermarket go fast parts, wheels, tires, it doesn't matter. Like all of that stuff, headlights, interior lights, all of that stuff is exactly. Even the mirror caps, man. Look at the mirror caps. Look at the mirror caps. Let's compare. Look at the mirror caps. Look at the mirror caps. Even this one is an updated remodel, but that is still basically the same exact thing. Especially my old Charger. That is exactly what my old Charger looked like right there. Like this is slightly different. Obviously, it's a slightly longer shape, but that is basically the same damn thing, man. So much stuff still carry on. And I've already showed you guys under the hood how the freaking the coolant reservoir. I showed you already that the coolant reservoirs are basically still the same. So a lot of stuff still carries over. So if you're looking for parts and stuff like that, they're plentiful on parts and things like that, regardless of how old they are. And that's ultimately what swayed me towards the Magnum over the Genesis that I was looking at, because I was also looking at a Genesis, but when it came to parts and I was looking at aftermarket stuff to put on these things, I couldn't find anything for the Genesis, man. Basically, short of straight piping it or getting some aftermarket mufflers to throw on the car, short of that, there was nothing that I could put on the car. There was no intakes, there was no headers, big old 5-liter V8, and there's nothing I can throw on this thing, man. So that was ultimately what swayed me this way. Like, do I plan on doing all that, going crazy and turning this into a race car? Probably not, but just to have the option is great, right? Just to have parts and things out there that you can go out here and fix and replace, that's a big bonus right there, and that's ultimately what swayed me away from the Genesis. So parts, availability, and tuning is going to be next thing on my list. Moving on to thing number 4. Thing number 4 is obviously going to be not having to run premium or, you know, the good stuff like you do in the SRTs and the 392s and stuff like that, because not all 392s are SRTs, or 61s even. So 61, 62, 64, they all require premium fuel, and the 57 doesn't. I've seen plenty of people fill up on the boo-boo stuff, the boo-boo 87. Most people like to run the premium or the mid-grade stuff. I try to, you know, just bounce around between the two. Whatever I'm feeling for the day, that's what I throw it in. And the car runs. It doesn't care. It's not going to be out here misfiring or freaking pulling timing or anything like that because you got crappy gas in it like your 61s, 62s, and 64s. And if you have to put 87 or low grade fuel into SRTs, you should probably not have SRT. I'm just throwing that out there. But this is an RT, and you don't have to put that stuff in there. So that's one less expense, one less thing at the freaking pump. So along with that, I'm just going to keep it short on point number 4. We're going to jump right into point number 5 because that kind of leads into it, is the no SRT tax. When you look at oil changes for this thing, the Dodge dealership wanted 140 or something like that. It was almost 200. It was 200 in Vegas. I remember that because I dropped it off at my buddy's house and I asked him if he could get the oil change before I came to pick the car up. And that was my old Hellcat. It was in Vegas. I dropped it off to him. I asked him to get an oil change, and they quoted him 200. It was like 200 some bucks for a freaking oil change. When I took this car, or no, it was my last car as well. When I took my last car to the Dodge dealership here in California, I took it down there, asked him for a quote or whatever, and he was like, yeah, just what make and model? He was like, the Pennzoil. I was like, yep, ZOW40. He has which engine? And I was like, 6.2. He's like, oh, the SRT? I was like, yeah. Oh, so that one's gonna be 140. I was like, wait, what? The same oil, same filter, same everything, and somehow, some way, it went up to 140 from the $80 before I told you what motor it was. So number 5 on this list is going to be the SRT tax. You don't deal with the SRT tax with the RT. So you don't have big old SRT brakes, you know, little doo-doo guys. No big stupid SRT brakes, no big stupid fancy SRT oil changes and stuff like that. Granted, you should be doing your own anyway, just to save a buck or two here. And I do my own. So you see, I have the oil over there. So I do my own oil changes, especially after dealing with that debacle and seeing exactly how they would just flip the price depending on which model it is. So you don't have to deal with any of that. Same thing with the parts and stuff. That bleeds right back into point number 3. With all the parts and stuff like that, you don't deal with the SRT tax unless you want the SRT bits and pieces and things like that, which is cool. You know, you can upgrade to the SRT wheels, you can upgrade to the SRT brakes, you can upgrade to the SRT seats, SRT suspension and stuff like that. You can upgrade to all of that stuff because it's all the same platform. And like I said, that goes right into the 4 and 5 blend right into each other, but you don't have to. So no SRT parts tax, no SRT tax at all. No going to the dealership and getting immediately price hiked for oil changes and stuff like that. So with the RT, with the 5.7s, you don't deal with the SRT tax, and that's going to be number 5 on this list. Now, I believe that was all I wanted to cover. I had notes right here in front of me. Short, sweet, and simple list, man, for all of you guys looking to get one of these cars. I think you're going to love it, man. With the practicality, no SRT tax, parts availability, tuning, and stuff like that, and a little bit of power that you do get, this is a wonderful daily driver for anyone out there looking for one, man. And I know you guys are, because I'm in the freaking Magnum groups, and you guys are always saying, hey, man, looking for this year, this model with this many miles. Let me know what you guys have. So people are still looking for these cars. And if you are still looking for one, hopefully this video helps you make your decision on whether or not you want to go one. Once again, this is 2005. I picked it up with about 110,000 miles, and it's still in great shape. Don't mind the marks and stuff I left on the side. That was kind of my fault right here. I went to pull the molding off the side, and I guess the adhesive behind the molding just dried up over time, and that's what it looked like underneath. Like, I didn't do that. I just pulled off the molding on the side, and that white stuff on the side is what was left, but that's not my fault. Other than that, the car is in great shape, man. Like, I could not complain. Drives great. There is the clunk that I was complaining about in my dislikes video. There's that clunk. I still need to figure that clunk out, but you know, there's still a lot to love about the car, and I have been enjoying it. So I'm going to hold on to it for a little while longer. Do I want to do anything cool to it? I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Especially with not knowing where I'm going to be headed here in the next couple of months. I'm not too sure whether or not I'm leaving or not. So I don't really want to go dumping money into the car, any car right now, and unless I know, you know, what my future holds. So on that terrible bombshell, folks, I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Your first time stopping by, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you guys get a notification these videos go up. So go to Instagram channel at low376slow, all one word. Until next time, to be about. Peace.